Good evening and welcome to Lovington Lady Cat Softball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo tonight. Dawn Morgan is on assignment as we get ready for the final pre-district tune-up for the Lovington Lady Cats, and they will take on a team that they played earlier in the season already in the Lady Coyotes of Roswell High. As the two coaches meeting at home plate, let's go ahead and run down the starting lineups. We will start with the visiting Lady Coyotes under head coach Rebecca Marujo. They are 4-7 on the year, but they are 2-3 in their last three. Batting first and pitching will be Yadira Eragon. Batting second, playing left, Lauren Lucero. Batting third is the first baseman, Alana Tarin. Batting fourth and playing in right, Bella Ornelas. Batting fifth and playing third will be Eleni Tarin. Batting sixth and catching, Emily Marquez. Batting seventh and playing shortstop will be Aubrey Jaramillo. Batting in the 8 slot is the DH, Ariel Sanchez. She'll be hitting in place of second baseman Jaslyn Horton, and batting ninth and playing center field will be Mireya Patino. The rest of the bench for Coach Marujo will be number 7, Aylin Gutierrez, number 9, Debani Hernandez, and number 11, Aslan Fuentes. For your Lovington Lady Cats under head coach Stephen McCraw, 11-5 on the year. Right now, number 2 in Class 4A. Starting lineup, number 2 in catching, Anahi Quiroga. Batting second, playing second, Honey Morales. Batting in the 3 slot, playing shortstop, Zabri Rodriguez. Cleaning it up and playing in center field will be Zimmery Ellis. Batting fifth and playing first base, Jocelyn Olguin. Batting sixth, playing third, Johanna Ochoa. She'll be then Sabri Sanchez is the DH. She will hit seventh. She will be hitting in place of Daphne Udahara, who's pitching. Bailey Garcia bats eighth and plays in left. And Bethany Tevera batting ninth and playing in right field. Rest of the bench for Coach McCraw's Lady Cats: number 1, Paisha Gonzalez. Number 8, Delilo Ruiz. Number 10, Malaya Castro. Number 12, Braylon Hernandez. Number 15, Leslie Corral. Number 16, Yaya Garcia. Number 19, Andrea Hernandez. Number 20, Ivory Lopez, and number 77, Jabri Rios. So looking forward to this one. The Lady Cats looking to get back into the win column. They are 2 for their last 3. Played a very tough Dexter team on Tuesday, a doubleheader. They won game 1 6-5 and then dropped game 2 3-1 in extra innings. Before that, they had a doubleheader against St. Pius, and they did win both of those games. Up next for the Lady Cats, district gets underway Tuesday here at the friendly confines of Lady Wildcat Field, and they will start district against Portales. For the team in red and white, they will be taking on Artesia tomorrow in a doubleheader. Artesia getting a win over Hobbs just a few minutes ago. 9-3 the final in that one. And then Roswell will start their district on Tuesday also against Hobbs. So that's what we are looking at as we get ready for the start of this one. Thanks for being with us wherever you happen to be tonight around the world, and of course on HobbsAmerica.com and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. So hopefully we are going to have a fantastic game tonight. I have a feeling that we are. Of course, talked to Coach Stephen McCraw just a little bit before the game. He said he was going to, he'd move the lineup around just a little bit tonight, trying to kind of shake things up. They've been working on hitting. He said way too many pop-ups in their last 4 or 5 games. So I know they've been working on that, keeping it and driving the ball instead of swinging up. Just, working on the timing a little bit. Mostly what they were thinking about on that. As the teams out on the field, of course, we will have your national anthem coming up in a few minutes. First pitch tonight, we're going to be looking at 82 degrees here in Lovington, and mostly sunny, at least till the sun goes down. A little bit breezy, winds out of the northwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour, and it is a little bit more gusty, so kind of swirling just a little bit as the flag more or less from right to left, and it kind of shifts back and forth a little bit depending on how it funnels through, but sometimes it'll be a little out, sometimes a little in, but more or less just from the right to the left. For the Lady Cats, they are wearing the home white unis, the white tops with the blue letters and numbers, and the blue pinstriped pants. For the visiting Roswell Lady Coyotes, they are in the red tops with white letters and numbers, and the white pants with the red pinstriping. So the teams have been introduced and they are out on the field. We will have the national anthem come back with the first pitch. This is Lady Cat softball. And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Softball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan on assignment tonight. Thanks so much for being with us wherever you are around planet Earth. And maybe watching on the International Space Station, too. If you are, we'd certainly like to hear from you on that. As the Lady Cats have Daphne Utahara in the ring, she will be twirling it here against the Lady Coyotes. Again, it'll be Aragon, Lucero, Tarin, Ornelas, Tarin, Marquez, Jaramillo, Sanchez, and Patino. That is 1 through 9 for Roswell. Utahara in the ring. Quiroga is her battery mate. Olguin, Morales, Rodriguez, and Ochoa around the infield first to third. Garcia, Ellis, and Tavera around the outfield from left to right. So what all can you say about this one? It is the red versus the blue, the felines versus the canines, Lee versus Chavez County, Lovington versus Roswell. It has all the makings of a rivalry matchup, even though it is a 4A, 5A. Two teams that definitely want to get out of here going into district with a win. So Utahara has the team around her, and we are ready to go. A little Friday night softball for you from here at Lady Wildcat Park in Lovington. So Yadira Aragon will step in, and we are ready to go here on this Friday night. Utahara looks in, has the sign, kicks and fires, fastball right down the slot, and that'll be a called strike one. Aragon may not see a better pitch than that all season. What a good way to start. Utahara just runs it up there and says, all right, here you go. She's ready to go. Daff, a quick worker, and she will fire that one on the inside corner. Just missing. Quiroga tried to frame it. The man in blue behind the plate didn't see it quite that way. So it evens up the count at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count just underway, top of the first inning. Utahara kicks, fires, and that one will be a riser out of the zone for ball number 2. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count. Outfield playing pretty deep. Infield pretty much their normal positions. Ochoa getting the start at third here this evening. And the 2-1 pitch, and that one will be high and away for ball number 3. So a 3 ball, 1 strike count. Utahara with good control. There's a fastball, a rising fastball, a changeup. Pretty good curveball, too. And the 3-1 pitch, fastball swung on, and that one is shot out of play and over towards the tennis courts on the right side of the field here, and that will run the count full to the leadoff hitter for the Lady Coyotes. As Utahara checks on the wristband, Quiroga set, and the payoff pitch swung on, and that one will be fought off into shallow right field. Coming on is Tavera, and she will go down on one knee, put the glove underneath, and make the grab for out number 1. So could have been trouble, but Tavetta with good speed gets to it quickly, and it'll be a fly out for out number 1. So 1 down now, and that'll bring Lauren Lucetto, the Lady Coyotes left fielder, to the plate. So 1 up, 1 down. That's what you like to see. JV winning earlier, 8-6 for the Lady Cats. First pitch, outside corner, yes ma'am, called strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Top of the first inning, no score. 1 down for Roswell High. As Utahada ready to go, Kidoga sets up over the middle, and that one will be a riser that comes out of the zone and evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count to Lauren Lucetto. Alana Tureen waits on deck as Utahada kicks, fires the 1-1 inside corner, and just missing for ball number 2. The blue and white faithful thinking that one caught the inside corner. The man in blue and gray behind the plate not agreeing. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Utahada kicks, fires fastball. That one will be just low. And run the count to 3-1. So second consecutive batter that the count's gone 3-1 on. Utahada battling here with Lucero. So Lady Coyotes left fielder steps back into the right side box. 3-1 pitch on the way, fastball, and that one is on the outside corner. Called strike 2. Lucetto had tossed the bat and taken off. Never a good idea to do that, just saying. Umps don't like it when you don't wait for them to make the call. And that'll run the count full, and the payoff pitch fought off and fouled into the Lovington dugout. So we'll reset and do it again at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Have not seen Utahada's changeup as of yet. This might be the time she pulls it out of the pocket. Other than 1 pitch inside to each of the first 2 batters. Hasn't gone in either, so you might see that ball that breaks away from the right-hand hitters too. So a couple of options here, or she could just run the fastball up there. The payoff pitch swung on. That'll be a little line shot, and that'll go foul out into right field in foul ground. So Lucero has fought off a couple of pretty tough pitches to stay alive at 3-2. As the ball will come back into play, as Rodriguez will get the ball back over to Utahada. As Lucero will step back in. Daff will check on the armband and the payoff pitch, and that one swung on and lifted high in the air over a leaping Rodriguez at shortstop, and so a little bloop single will fall in. So it'll be a 1-out single to left for Lucero, and it will be Roswell trying to get in business here in the first inning. Now to be Elena Tarin to the plate. Tarin, a lefty first baseman. Not uncommon, but don't see it quite as much as you used to. A runner at first, and the first pitch swung on, and it'll be a little line shot and picked up by Ochoa. Fires back across the diamond to first, but not going to be in time to pick off the double play. But right there, Ochoa grabbed it. It'll be a little line out to the third baseman. And there is 2 down now as Bella Ornelas will step in. Runner at first, 2 outs for the Lady Coyotes cleanup hitter and right fielder. Daff's first pitch, and that one will float outside, and it'll be ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Runner at first is Lucero. Sneaking in a little bit is Olguin over at the bag at first. Ochoa in a little bit over at the bag at third. Middle infielders back deep, and the 1-0 pitch fastball, and that one is going to miss outside for ball number 2. His ump is, that one did look outside, but this ump looks like he calls a little tighter corners than some of them we've seen here recently. So it's a 2-0 count, and the pitch inside swung on, and that one will be fouled off as it hit the plate before it bounced out into the field of play. Ornelas fouls off a pretty good pitch for strike 1. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count. 2 down for Roswell, top of the first inning. Is looking in, firing. Utahada. Little change up, rising change up out of the zone for ball number 3. So with 3 ball, 1 strike count. On a beautiful evening for softball here in Lovington. And the 3-1 pitch swung on and missed. Got her with the inside fastball and runs the count full. Lucero keeping a close eye on everything. Coach Marujo over in the third base box flashing out the signals. Runner will be going, and the payoff pitch, and that one's inside corner in there. Ring her up and set her down. The first K of the ball game for Utahada ends the Roswell threat in the first. We've played a half inning. Roswell 0, Lovington coming to bat. We'll take a quick timeout. Be right back. Lovington Lady Cat softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Softball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe, by the way, and on HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle. Big thanks to all of our great sponsors. You see them there on the banner at the bottom of your screen. My tablet decided it wanted to die, so yeah, I can't play their spots, but we can certainly thank all those great folks for making Lovington Lady Cat and Wildcat Sports possible. No runs, one hit, no errors, one left on for Roswell, and leading it off, it'll be Anahi Quiroga. So the Lady Cat catcher will step in against Edagon. Marquez is her catcher. Edagon with a 6.5 ERA, so she can be hit. And the first pitch, and Q takes a big cut at it, but comes up empty. That will be strike one. So a no ball, one strike count, just underway, bottom of the first, no score. Edagon in the ring for the Lady Coyotes, and the 0-1 pitch, and that one gets away from her and gets away from Marquez, too. Nobody on, no harm, no foul. Edagon and Marquez are your battery. Terrin, Horton, Jaramillo, and Terrin, your infield first to third. Lucero, Patino, and Ornelas in the outfield from left to right. Outfield playing pretty deep. Quiroga settles back into the right side box. Kick, pitch, swung on, and that'll be a hard ground shot. It is bobbled by the shortstop. Jaramillo gets to it, fires it across the diamond, but not going to be in time. Pretty hard hit, but unfortunately I think you've got to call that an E6. As she fields it cleanly, Quiroga is out. So, hey, you'll take them any way you can get them. So Lovington with a runner at first. Quiroga runs for herself normally, and she will run here as Honey Morales will step to the dish. So nobody on, runner at first. Lovington going to try and do some damage here early. As Edagon kicks and fires, and that one will be on the top of the zone, outside corner, strike one. So no ball, one strike count. Quiroga doing some maintenance work around the bag over at first. Terrin shading in a little over at first. It's the 1-0, and that one is going to get away from the catcher Marquez. And so on the wild pitch, that will let Quiroga move over to second. And evens the count at a ball and a strike. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Runner in scoring position now for the Lady Cats. Trying to get the bats moving early. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Wind and the pitch, and that one, pretty good pitch. And clips the outside corner, strike two. Some groans from the Lovington faithful, like, yeah, where was that one? Daff was throwing it a minute ago. That one on a level, though. Not a lot of movement to it. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Morales in plate protection mode, and the pitch swung on, and that'll be a little line shot. Going to fall in fair out into right field. That one is going to roll. Quiroga rounds third and is heading home, and it'll be an RBI double down the right field line for Honey Morales. And Lovington will strike first and take the early 1-0 lead. So still a runner at second, nobody out, 1 run across. As Quiroga cashes in on the Morales double. Now Zabry Rodriguez to the plate, the senior shortstop for these Lady Cats. Z, the MC prospect, will check in the first pitch, and that one is going to get away from Marquez, but she will fire over to third quickly, and so that will keep Zabry, or rather Morales, over at second. Was ball 1 at the plate. So the 1-ball, no-strike count. Emery Ellis waits on deck. Open stance right at the front of the box for Rodriguez. And the 1-0 pitch, that one is going to rise out of the zone for ball number 2. Rodriguez with quite a bit of pop in that bright pink bat. I don't imagine they're going to give her anything she can really grab hold of, but I could be wrong. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one off speed outside, ball number 3. Marquez trying to frame it up, but the man in blue said, no. So Etta going in a bit of a jam here. 1 run already across, runner in scoring position, and the 3-0 pitch fastball. That one going to miss away, ball 4. Z-Rod wisely waits until the umpire says, take your base, young lady.
Now batting number 6.
Oh, that'll put Zimmery Ellis to the plate. So Ellis, the Lady Cat center fielder, batting cleanup today. Coach McCraw said he was doing a little shake-up in the lineup. Just moving things around a little bit. So Ellis will step in, 2 on, nobody out. As Enagon's first pitch swung on and missed. She had a good one she liked, but comes up empty on the big hack, and that'll be strike number 1. Outfielders playing fairly deep. Infield would love to get a hard grounder, shot at a double play. And the 0-1 pitch off speed, outside, ball 1. So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Of course, next up for Lovington, district gets underway on Tuesday. Portales comes to town. We'll have that for you Tuesday evening right here, Lovington Sports YouTube. And the wind and the 1-1 pitch fastball away. And that will be ball number 2. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Rodriguez at first, worked the walk. Morales at second after the RBI double. Lovington leading 1-0. Enagon has what she wants from Marquez, and the 2-1 pitch swung on, and that one will be lifted high in the air to shallow left field. It's going to drop in, and everybody is going to be safe as the ball gets away from the shortstop, Jaramillo, who was covering, but it'll be a bloop single to left for Ellis. Hit them where they ain't. That's what you got to do, and that will load them up. Ellis at first, Rodriguez at second, and Morales now at third as Jocelyn Olguin, the USW signee, will step into the right side box with the bases juiced and nobody out, and a chance to really do some damage here early. So Enagon back in the ring, now having to pitch out of a big jam in the first pitch as Olguin shoots that one back into the screen. Johnson wanted to cash a couple of those in quickly, but just kind of caught it underneath, and at the end of the bat shoots it back to the screen, foul. So a 0-ball, 1-strike count, bases loaded full of Lady Cats. Nowhere to put her. Now's the time to just put it in play. And the pitch outside, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Enagon doesn't throw extremely hard, but she does have a lot of spin on the ball. So she can be a little hard to barrel up. The 1-ball, 1-strike count to Olguin at the plate. And the 1-1 pitch, and that one with some wicked late movement moves it out of the zone for ball number 2. Good eye for Olguin. Looked pretty good until it got almost in front of the plate. She must have picked up the spin and seen what that one was going to do. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count to Olguin at the plate. Enagon ready to go on the 2-1 pitch fastball, and that one will be outside, ball 3. So the 3-ball, 1-strike count. Aragon is the top pitcher on this staff, but still with an over 6 ERA. And she is in trouble here. And the 3-1 pitch swung on and missed. Got her with a little rising off speed pitch to run the count full to Olguin. Bases loaded, nobody out, 1 run across. Lovington trying to cash a few more in here. Olguin hitting 5th this evening. And the payoff pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air. A pop-up to shallow right field. On the run is going to be Ornelas, who gets to it quickly and will make the grab for out number 1. So Olguin just getting underneath it. Pops it out to the right side for 1 down. So now it'll be Johanna Ochoa to the plate. Ochoa getting the start at third. So Ochoa will step in. Bases still loaded, just 1 out. And now Roswell definitely hoping for the ground ball. And the first pitch, Ochoa will take that one off the end of the bat and shoot it back to the screen for strike number 1. It's a case of, I think, if she steps straight into that one, probably barrels it up. It kind of opened up and stepped a little towards the shortstop there, which shortened the bat a little bit. So a no ball, 1 strike count. And the 0-1 pitch from Aragon swung on. That's a hard shot, right what they needed. It is on the ground, and they will get the force out at home. So Ochoa will reach via the fielder's choice as Morales will be out. That'll be 5-2 on the force for out number 2. So that'll bring Sabri Sanchez to the plate. Bases still loaded. Rodriguez to third. Ellis to second. Ochoa stands at first. So now 2 down as the DP or DP in softball. First pitch to Sabri. That one at the top of the zone, right over the heart of the plate, called strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count to Sanchez. If you're Lovington, you do not want to leave the bases loaded and only get 1 run out of this inning. And the 0-1 pitch swung on. That one is going to be popped up over on the right side and out of play into the stands. And so Sanchez is going to have to go into plate protection mode, now down no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, it's an 0-2 count. Aragon at the plate. And the wind and the pitch, that one going to miss. Or Sabre going to be playing at Western Texas and Snyder next year. That'll be ball number 1. So with 2 ball, 1 strike count, bottom of the first, bases loaded, but 2 outs. Lovington trying to do some damage, and the 1-2 pitch, and that one going to roll in. Bounces, but stays in front of Marquez, and so that will keep Rodriguez over at third as the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. 2 down, but the bases loaded. 1 run across for the Lady Cats. They'd like to get a few more. 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one off the end of the bat, and diving into foul territory is Tarin for the out. And so Sanchez on the line out into foul ground ends the Lovington threat. They do put a run across, though. We've played an inning. It is Lovington 1, Roswell 0. We are back shortly. More Lady Cat softball from Noel Mark Digital and One Radio Square Sports. And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cats softball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Lovington gets a run on 2 hits. 1 error committed by Roswell, but Lovington leaves the bases juiced. So it'll be Lady Coyotes, the third baseman, to lead it off for the Lady Coyotes here in their half of the second. Utahada deals, and that one just away for ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. We are underway, top of the second. Lovington in the lead, 1-0. As Terine, the number 5 hitter, at the plate. And the 1-0 swung on. That one is lifted high in the air to shallow left field, and that one is going to drop in front of Garcia. So it'll be a leadoff bloop single for Terine out to left. So second hit of the evening, and both of them kind of just little bloops out to left. So now it'll be Emily Marquez, the catcher, to the plate. So now a runner at first for Roswell High as they're trying to scratch that 1 run back. Utahada ready. Quiroga sets up inside, and the pitch showing bunt. Lays it down. It's a beaut, and getting to it is Utahada, and she will toss out Marquez. It'll be 1-3. The sacrifice for out number 1 moves Terine over to second. So 1 down, but now a runner in scoring position for the Lady Coyotes as I believe that's Aubrey Jaramillo. So Aubrey Jaramillo to the plate, the shortstop for the Lady Coyotes. And the first pitch, and she will swing at a good fastball that ran inside on her. A little bit late on the swing and over it. And that'll be strike number 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Runner at second is Terine. Utahada kicks, fires, and that curveball breaks away. Ball number 1. She's just having trouble finding that outside corner here this evening. So it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Looks in, knows what she's doing, and the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one will be laced foul down the third baseline as Jaramillo was waiting on that one and just jumped on it a little bit early. It just becomes a loud strike 2. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 away, but a runner in scoring position. First one of the evening for Roswell High. Utahada checks on the wristband. Outfield playing deep. Field pretty much their normal positions. The 1-2, the rise are out of the zone. Evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 count to Jaramillo. Terine stands at second after the leadoff single and then got moved on a sac bunt. 2-2 pitch, and that one is in there. Ringer up and center down. Second K of the ball game. Both of them looking for Utahada. And now there is 2 down for Roswell High as their number 8 hitter, Ariel Sanchez, to the plate. Sanchez, the DP. Those old baseball guys, it's still a DH, but Sanchez will step in. And she'll take the first pitch on the outside corner, called strike 1. If Daphne can find that outside corner consistently, know where it is with this umpire, and just paint it like she is known to do, it can be a miserable night for Roswell. And the 0-1 pitch comes inside on that one, and ready for it is Sanchez. Takes a good hack at it, catches it off the handle, and shoots it back into the retaining padding for strike number 2. So quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. Sanchez will have to go plate protection here. Terine stands at second, and the 0-2 pitch, and that one is going to be just high for ball number 1. Looked in about the same spot as the strike a minute ago was, but just a touch higher. And that'll run the count to 1-2. Utahada still ahead in the count, and the off-speed pitch. There's the changeup. Ringer up, sitter down, froze her down, and third strikeout of the night, and ends the Roswell threat in the second. After an inning and a half, Lovington 1, Roswell 0. We'll be back. More Lady Cat softball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Lady Cat Softball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. In the top of the second, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on for the Lady Coyotes. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for your Lady Cats. That is Garcia Tavera, and then turn it back over to Quiroga. So Bailey Garcia will step to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom of the second inning against Aragon and the Lady Coyotes of Roswell High. Hope you're having a great evening. Beautiful evening for softball. Wind has shifted just a little bit in the first pitch, and that one is going to sail, and Bailey wisely watches ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. As Garcia steps out, readjusts the batting gloves, and then back in. As Aragon kicks and fires, got her with the changeup. Pretty good pitch there as Garcia out in front of that one about 3.5 miles. And the count evens up at 1-1. Roswell playing way deep in the outfield. Patino shading over towards the alley in right center as the pitch to Garcia is going to miss for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Infield pretty much normal positions. And again, Patino shading over towards the alley in right center. And the 2-1 pitch, and that one off speed and just missing outside as Marquez tried to frame it up. Not buying it, and that'll be ball number 3. So it's a 3-ball, 1 strike count. This may be something Bailey can take care of, and the pitch swung on and just a little bit behind that one. Hits it hard, but foul into the Lovington dugout. Heads up over there. And it'll run the count full to Garcia, leading it off here in the second for the Lady Cats. Of course, big thanks to all of our sponsors. My tablet decided it didn't want to work tonight. But you see them there on the banner at the bottom of your screen. We couldn't do it without their help and support. So Garcia back in, Aragon ready, and the payoff pitch swung on and missed. Got Garcia down on strikes. Got her with a little off-speed pitch up and out of the zone. So that'll be 1 down now for the Lady Cats on the first strikeout of the game for Aragon. So now it'll be Bethany Tavera to the plate. Bethany, the number 9 hitter for these Lady Cats, will step in. As Lovington trying to get the bats going. Had the bases loaded with nobody out an inning ago and didn't manage to bring any of them across. That's the first pitch to Tavera, and she'll take that one in. She'll shoot a little dribbler out between third and short. The right fielder, Lucero, comes up with it, gets to it quickly to hold the speedy Tavera to just a single. So a little seeing eye single to the left side. And so now that'll turn it over to Quiroga. Anahe is 0 for 1, but reached on error and has the lone Lovington run in the ballgame. Hit it hard right towards the shortstop, Jaramillo, back in the first. And reached when she bobbled it. Quiroga, good speed for a catcher especially. And the first pitch to Quiroga is up high, and it'll be ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Tavera stands at first after the 1-out single. Over to the left side. Beautiful full moon rising here tonight. If it's not full, it's nearly full. As Q shows bunt and fouls it off over to the batter's box on the left side, or rather the warm-up circle. And evens the count at a ball and a strike. Q with good speed, but not sure I'd take the bat out of her hands by trying to ask her to bunt. But there's a reason that I'm up here. And there's a reason that Coach McCraw has been doing this with a lot of success for a very long time. Tavera at first, a 1-1 count to Quiroga at the plate, and the pitch swung on. That'll be a line shot, and in and out of the glove of Lucero. I think she gets that one if she doesn't dive, as Tavera heading to third, and she's burned down, and the single turns into an out, so Tavera is going to be out. That'll be 7-5 for out number 2. It'll be a single for Quiroga that time. So aggressive base running. Lovington with a runner in scoring position, but they cost them an out. So now it'll be Honey Morales to the plate. Honey with a hot shot out to right. Her last time up as an RBI single and got thrown out going home on a force out at the plate. She is 1 for 1, and she'll take the first pitch right down the pipe. Good pitch there from Aragon for strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Lovington being aggressive on the base paths here in the second inning. Costs them an out, but still a runner in scoring position. 0-1 pitch to Morales as Marquez tries to frame that one up. Doesn't work. And it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Honey out. Now she's back in. Settles in. Open stance. In the right side box. In the 1-1 pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air. Out to right field, but right at Ornelas, who just pretty much has to take 1 step, put up the glove, and make the grab for out number 3. So Lovington puts a runner in scoring position, but can't move her around. We've played 2 innings, and the Lady Cats lead this one 1-0. We'll be back in just a moment. Lovington Lady Cats softball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. For the Lady Cats in the bottom of the second, no runs on 1 hit, no errors committed by Roswell, and one runner left on base, as it'll be Mireya Patino leading it off. For Roswell High, it'll be 9-1-2. That's Patino, Aragon, and Lucero. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan on assignment tonight. Thanks for being with us here in Lovington, New Mexico, wherever you are. Southeast New Mexico, West Texas, and the world. And the first pitch to the Lady Coyotes center fielder is in there, called strike 1. Of a delayed call there. Was right on the edge. So Patino ready to go again. Utahada checks the wristband. Toes the middle of the rubber, and the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Good pitch there from Utahada. And it's a no ball, 2 strike count to start it off. Aragon waits on deck, then it would be Lucero in the hole. You hope to get a fully clean inning. Have not had one yet through the first 2+. And the 0-2 pitch, the riser out of the zone. Patino just going to watch that one rise up for ball number 1. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. 1-0. The Lady Cats in the lead. Garcia well towards the line in left. And the 1-2 pitch, and that one is going to be just off the outside corner. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Look pretty good from up here, but the man in the sky blue jersey not agreeing with those of us in the stands in the press box. And the 2-2 pitch, that one is in there. Called strike 3. Ringer up and sit her down. 4th K of the ball game for Utahada. Every one of them looking. And that'll turn things back over to Yadira Aragon. Aragon flew out to right her last time. Flew out to right. Aragon to the plate, the pitcher for the Lady Coyotes. Looking to help her own cause out here with 1 down, top of the 3rd inning, and Lovington with a 1-0 lead. Utahada's first pitch runs on the inside corner, and I don't know where it missed, but it did. Ball 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. This umpire calls tight corners. He's consistent with it, so no complaints. And the 1-0 pitch, that one going to roll inside. That one, I think, slipped on Utahada a little bit. It'll be ball number 2. So a 2 ball, no strike count. Top of the 3rd. 1 down for Roswell High. Lovington trying to keep this a 1-0 ball game. And the 2-0 pitch and that fastball. Again, I don't know where it missed, but it did. That'll be ball number 3. So a 3-0 count to Aragon, the leadoff hitter. Of course, she is hitting, I think, 600 on the season, so she's a very capable Batwoman, and that one is going to come on the inside corner. Called strike one. Take sign on there for Eragon. Doing what the leadoff hitter's supposed to do, seeing a lot of pitches. She took the count full her last time up. Now it's a 3-1 count to her. And the 3-1 pitch fastball swung on. That one is going to be popped up over on the right side, but nobody can get to that one as it falls into the Lovington on deck circle. And we've got a full count once again to Eragon leading it off. Now the leadoff hitter, Patino, led it off, was a strikeout victim. So Daff ready to go as Quiroga sets up in the payoff pitch. That one just low for ball 4. First walk of the ball game issued by Utahada. And so that'll bring up Lucero. Lucero dumped a single into right, into left, her last time up. I can't read my own handwriting. Which, if you ask Dawn, nobody can read my handwriting. So Lucero 1 for 1 now with a runner at first, and she'll take the first pitch from Utahada. Fastball inside corner. Yes, ma'am. Strike one. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Let's get Oga and Utahada both looking into the dugout, getting the pitch relayed out to them. Coach Marujo barking things out from the third base coach's box. Fast riser out of the zone, evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Again, outfield playing deep. Wind has shifted around to the southeast and is blowing in now. And the pitch, that one will be inside, ball 2. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Tavetta and Garcia both shading towards the lines a little bit. And Ellis playing dead center. You got huge holes in the alleys. And the 2-1 pitch, that one right down the gut. As Lucero, I think, was looking for something with movement, not just the here it is, hit it if you can. And was not ready to pull the trigger on what may be the best pitch she sees tonight. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch, that one rises up and in. And will run the count full. So 3-2. As Lucero seeing her second full count of the night. She battled with Utahada back in the first inning. Fouled off, I think, 3 straight pitches. Pretty good ones to stay alive before she dumped that single to left. And the payoff pitch swung on. Fouls that one off. Pretty good authority off the end of the bat up into the netting and into the chains for, well, the count stays the same. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lucero will step out, catch her breath, step back in, and is ready to go. Quiroga ready to go, and the payoff pitch once again in there. Called strike 3. Ring her up and sit her down. 5th K of the ball game for Utahada. Every single one of them looking, and now there is 2 down as Alana Tarin to the plate. Tarin lined out. Soft liner to Ochoa over at third. Back in the first, so she is 0 for 1. So the lefty first baseman will take the first pitch. That'll be a slow roller. Ochoa handles it, fires it across the diamond. Plenty of time to Olguin. Scored 5-3 for out number 3. So the Roswell Lady Coyotes put another runner on, but can't move her around. We head to the bottom of the third. Lovington 1, Roswell nothing. Lovington Lady Cat softball continues in just a moment. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one runner left on for Roswell High in their half of the third. After 2.5 innings of play, Lovington holding on to a 1-0 lead over the 5A Lady Coyotes. I'm TJ Miracle leading it off for Lovington. It'll be Zabri Rodriguez followed by Zimri Ellis, then Jocelyn Olguin. It'll be 3, 4, and 5. Heart of the lineup due up for the Lady Cats as they have kind of had the bats stuck in neutral. Second game against Dexter for sure. And then here against Roswell High. So having some trouble against the Chavez County teams getting the bats unstuck. Zabri walked last time up, was left stranded at third. She'll take the first pitch, and she will shoot that one into the gap. That one is going to go all the way to the wall. A hot shot on the ground. Getting to it finally is Patino, but it'll be a leadoff double for Zabri Rodriguez as she shoots that one out to center. That's how you want to start, as Zimri Ellis will check in and step in. Ellis 1 for 1. Dumped in a bloop single to right or to left her last time up. So she is 1 for 1. Now a Lady Cat in scoring position. As Edagon ready to go. Marquez is down. Sets up right over the heart of the plate. And the first pitch to Ellis will be outside. Tried the curveball. Ellis holds up on ball number 1. Still a 1-ball, no strike count. Lucero takes a couple of steps over towards the gap and left this time. 1-0 pitch on the way from Edagon as Emery thinks about it but holds it off, and that'll be ball number 2. So the 2-ball, no strike count. Zabri Rodriguez at second after a ringing double that smoked the ground. And the 2-0 pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air to shallow right field. Coming on a run and laying out and making the grab is Ornelas. Tough play. She had to be on the horse and was. And so it'll be a little fly out to right for out number 1. Credit where credit is due. That was a good play by Ornelas on the run. So now Olguin will step in. She popped out to Ornelas. Her last time up, she is 0 for 1. Runner in scoring position is Rodriguez. First pitch to Olguin. That one will miss outside, and that'll be ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count to Olguin. Senior first baseman for these Lady Cats. 1-0 Lovington in the lead. We're in the bottom of the third inning. As Edagon has what she wants, and the 1-0 pitch, and that one will be in the dirt. Erod ready to go out there, but Marquez keeping it in front of her to keep Rodriguez stapled over at second. But it is ball 2 at the plate to Olguin. Jocelyn back in and ready. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one trying to get her to chase, did not. High and outside for ball 3. So the 3-ball, no strike count. Interesting to see if the take sign's on here for Olguin or if she gets a fat pitch to hit if she's got the green light. And the 3-0 pitch, and yep, was a fat pitch on the outside. She thought about it, but held up, and it will be called strike 1. So I'm thinking she did have the green there. Just wasn't quite ready for that pitch. And the 3-1 this time swung on. That one is lifted high in the air to deep right field. Going back is Ornelas into foul ground, and she will make the catch. For out number 2, tagging up and heading to third is Rodriguez, and so it'll be a sac fly for Olguin for out number 2. Just a little bit behind and underneath that one, but it does move the runner. And now let's see if you can put some pressure on with Ochoa. Ochoa 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice back in the first and was left stranded. But now you got to run 60 feet away. You got to cash her in. Edagon will kick to Ochoa, takes a big hack at strike number 1. Comes up empty. So it's a no-ball, 1-strike count. Ochoa can find her way on. Sabri Sanchez waits on deck. Ochoa settles back in. Edagon ready in the 0-1 pitch, and that one will rise up and away. And even things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count, 2 down for the Lady Cats. Here in the bottom of the third, they hold on to a 1-0 lead. Trying to cash in Rodriguez, who led it off with a double, and that one will be a hard shot on the ground. It is gobbled up by Terrin. Terrin to Terrin, 5-3 for out number 3. So the leadoff double goes for naught as the Lady Cats go down in order from there. We've played 3. As we head to the 4th, it's Lovington 1, Roswell High nothing. Lovington Lady Cat Softball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. For the Lady Cats in the bottom of the 3rd, no runs on 1 hit, no errors by Roswell, and 1 runner left on base. As we head to this top of the 4th inning, it'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up. That's Ornelas, Terrin, and Marquez for Roswell High. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan on assignment tonight. Ornelas will step in 0 for 1. Line score through 3 for Roswell High. No runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and they've left 3. For Lovington, 1 run on 4 hits, no errors, and they have left 5 stranded. So they've had the opportunities. As the first pitch swung on and missed by Ornelas, that'll be strike number 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. We are in the top of the 4th inning. Utahada trying to keep this one right where it is against the Roswell cleanup hitter. And the 1-0 pitch swung on. That one is popped up and almost into the press box. I was not ready to catch that one. I didn't know I needed my glove tonight. So a no ball, 2 strike count. I haven't had one come in the booth in about probably 15 years. And the 0-2 pitch swung on, and that'll be a little dribbler, and it will be in foul or fair territory. And nothing they can do as Ochoa charges in on it, but it works just like a bunt, a little oopsie swinging bunt, and it'll be an infield leadoff single for Bella Ornelas. What did Yogi Berra used to say? Hit them where they ain't, and yeah, they're not 15 feet up the line and then just die. She couldn't have bunted it any better than that. And now Lady Terrin to the plate. Terrin singled to lead off the 2nd and got left stranded at 2nd. As Quiroga having a word with the umpire about something. And she was just making sure that one didn't hit somewhere in foul ground first. Good question for a catcher to ask, and the first pitch will be low for ball 1. As my scorebug decides it hates me. There we go. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is popped up and out of play on the right side. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. A swinging bunt gets Ornelas on. She stands at first. Corner infielders in just a little bit. Rodriguez and Morales back at short and 2nd, respectively. Outfield still deep, and the 1-1 pitch. Whoa, and that one goes over the head of Quiroga. Nothing she can do on it as Daft just pats the chest and says, sorry, Q, that one's on me. So the wild pitch will put Ornelas over at 2nd into scoring position. And a 2 ball, 1 strike count at the plate to Terrin. As the 2-1 pitch comes in, that one knee high, but I don't know where it missed, but it missed somewhere, ball 3. So now a 3 ball, 1 strike count. Utahada going to have to come in with a good pitch. And she'll deal, and Terrin will take that one right back, and it goes through the 5-hole. Getting to it, though, is Rodriguez, and she will fire across the diamond in time. Almost an error. That becomes an E1 if Rodriguez is not there. And so in the books officially, it will be a 1-6-3 putout for out number 1. It will move Ornelas over to 3rd, though. And so now for Roswell High, the tying run is just 60 feet away. So now Marquez will step in. She had a sack bunt her last time up. And the first pitch will be away for ball number 1. I'm not sure that Coach Maduo would try a squeeze here, but hey, why not? As Ochoa choking in down the third baseline. Olguin down first, and the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one shot back foul to the screening. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 strike count. After tonight, next up for Roswell High, they'll take on Artesia tomorrow, a Saturday doubleheader. And then they'll be back here in Lee County on Tuesday to take on Hobbs to open their district. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed, as good pitch there from Utahada. Not quite as fast as her, if you can catch it, you can have it fastball, but a very effective pitch. And I think Marquez was maybe looking for that big fastball. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and fights that one off into one of the chain link support poles. And keeps the count at 1-2 strikes. So Ornelas stands at third. Had a whoopsie, swinging bunt single, and then moved on a wild pitch, and then on the play over and swung on and missed, as got Marquez to chase outside, ring her up and sit her down. 6th K of the ball game for Utahada. And now there are 2 down with Aubrey Jaramillo to the plate. As a timeout on the field, as I got to do a little equipment work there on Kidoga. On the shin guards there. Yeah, you definitely need those. While we have a moment, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of our great sponsors. Couldn't do Lovington Lady Cat and Wildcat Athletics without them. You see them there at the banner on the bottom of your screen. If my tablet had decided not to die, you'd be hearing their spots too. But we thank each and every one of them. Stone Oilfield, Western States Insurance, Bob's Thriftway, First American Bank of Lovington, just to name a few. And the first pitch to Jaramillo, she got happy feet in there, and it'll be strike 1. Yeah, she was dancing like she was trying out for river dance there. Utahada ran it by her, so the 0-1 count, and she'll throw the fastball, and Jaramillo takes a big cut at that one. So now you've got options galore. Up 0-2. Need to shut this down, though. The potential tying run just 60 feet away, standing over on third in the form of Ornelas. And the 0-2 pitch, and checked it up, and that one breaks off the outside corner. Good pitch, though. Move it over about 3 inches, and I think Jaramillo probably pulls the trigger on that for strike 3. And the 1-2 pitch, tries it again. Same pitch, same result. Jaramillo looking for it this time. But now you've got her looking stuff that's breaking on the outside. Might be time to come back over the middle of the plate. And the 2-2 pitch, and she does come back inside, and just misses. The faithful not liking it. And it will run the count full. Looked like a pretty good pitch from up here. Oops, wrong one. There we go. And that'll run the count full to Jaramillo, and the payoff pitch swung on and missed. Ring her up and sit her down. Back-to-back Ks, 7th K of the ball game, gets the Lady Cats out of a bit of a jam in the top of the 4th. 3.5 in the books. Lovington 1, Roswell nothing. Lady Cat softball continues in a moment. Roswell High threatens but comes up empty in the top of the fourth. No runs on one hit, no errors, and they leave a runner stranded at third. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Lady Cats. Welcome back to Lady Wildcat Field. It'll be Sabri Sanchez, the DH tonight, followed by Bailey Garcia and then Bethany Tavetta. Sabri lined out to Tareen over at first to end the first inning, so she is 0 for 1. Made good contact, but just right at the first baseman. And the first pitch to Sabri will be low and in for ball one. I have a feeling Aragon and Marquez got crossed up a little bit on that. She was set up outside and kind of had to lunge back to the inside. When you do that, it's hard to get a strike call, even if maybe it is. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that'll be a little line shot that'll be lifted into shallow right field. Ornelas with good speed gets to it quickly, but it'll be a leadoff dump single to right for Sanchez, and that's what you want to see. Lovington had a leadoff double last inning and left Sabri stranded, so let's see if it's different for Sabri. So now Bailey Garcia to the plate. Bailey 0 for 1. Was a strikeout victim her last time up. As Aragon looks in, Marquez sets up right over the middle of the plate. And the line in the pitch, and Bailey will take that one out of play over to the tennis courts for strike one. So a no ball, 1 strike count. As Coach DePorto going to ask for time. He wants to have a word with Bailey, the swing whisperer for Lovington. While we have a moment, big thanks to all of our great sponsors. Couldn't do it without their help and support. Of course, you see them there at the bottom of your screen. And we appreciate each and every one of them. Lee County Electric Cooperative, Western States Insurance, of course, the whole crew around. Of course, Lovington Municipal Schools, too. Big thanks to them. Not only allowing us to do these games, but also sponsoring, too. We appreciate all of those great sponsors you see, and normally here when my tablet works. The 0-1 pitch to Bailey as Garcia takes a big rip and comes up empty on strike number 2. So a no ball, 2 strike count. Runner at first is Sanchez. Reached on the single that she dumped out into right. But nobody out. 0-2 to Garcia at the plate. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Got her to lunge at one. Snap throw down to first. Not going to be in time. But Garcia goes down swinging for the second time. And there is one down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So now it'll be Bethany Tavetta. Tavetta shot a hard single out to right her last time up. So she is 1 for 1. And then got thrown out trying to turn one base into 2 on a single by Quiroga, and she'll take the first pitch away for ball 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. 1 down, runner at first. Lovington clinging to a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-0 our score. Tavetta, the number 9 hitter, and the 1-0 pitch swung on and fights that one off the fists and shoots it foul down the first baseline. Rolls out past the Lovington dugout and evens things up at a ball and a strike. So it'll be a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lady Cats trying to blow things open here. The bats have been a little quiet tonight. They were a little quiet in game 2 against Dexter, too. Only 5 hits in that ball game. The 1-1 pitch as Tavetta takes that one over. And between the stands over on the right side for strike 2. A 1 ball, 2 strike count. And this is a team that when they get the bats rolling, I mean, they can put up 8-9 hits in an inning. And 9 hits over the last game plus, as that one is going to bounce and get away from the catcher Marquez. And so that'll let Sanchez move over on the pass ball. So now a runner in scoring position. And it is ball 2 at the plate to Tavetta. So a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Lady Cats going to do anything they can to scratch another run if they possibly can. And the 2-2 pitch fastball away. I do like that this umpire indicates when it is away. And that'll run the count full to Tavetta. Bethany back in, ready to go. Sanchez looks in as the shot in by Aragon, and that one is high and away, ball 4. That'll be the second walk issued by Edagon, and now there is runners at first and second for your Lovington Lady Wildcats. Let me get this adjusted. So now turn it back over to Anai Kidoga. Kidoga's reached both times, an error in the first, singled in the second. She is 1 for 2, but now with a golden opportunity, 2 on and just 1 out. First pitch to Q, and she's going to watch that one at the top of the zone. Strike 1. Just remember where it's at, Q, and use it when you're catching. So a no ball, 1 strike count. 2 on, 1 out. As Edagon ready to go. Marquez down in the crouch and the pitch, and that one up, and a snap throw down. And a backwards tag by Tarine on Tavetta, not in time. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Sanchez at second, Tavetta at first. Kidoga at the plate with a 1-1 count. Edagon looks in, ready to go. Slightly on the first base side of the rubber as Kidoga shoots that one foul into the screening for strike number 2. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Waiting on deck is Honey Morales. So now Kidoga going to have to go into plate protection mode. Corner infielder slightly pulled in. And the 1-2 pitch swung on as Kidoga gets a piece of that one to stay alive. Horton playing up in the hole at second. More towards if there was grass on the infield, would it be the infield cutout? Adamio back with her heels on the grass, deep in the hole at short. So Kidoga stays alive after that foul, 1-2 in the pitch, and that one is away for ball number 2. To the Lady Cats leadoff hitter, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 4th inning, 1-0 our score. Lovington in the lead. Great to have you with us. Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. 2 on, 1 out, 2-2 pitch, and swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air to shallow left field. Going over, camping out under it, and making the grab is Lucero, and not high enough for anybody to tag up. And so Kidoga flies out to the left fielder for out number 2. So now 2 down as Honey Morales to the plate. Morales is 1 for 2. Had an RBI double in the first, then flew out to right in the second. So 1 for 2 for Morales. 2 on, 2 outs. Lovington with the 1-0 lead, and the pitch swung on as Morales will shoot that one out over the press box and over towards the tennis courts on the right side for strike number 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Morales steps out, waggles the bat around. Just wants to find a way to straighten it out a little bit. Tavera at first, Sanchez at second, and the pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air, going to be shallow left field. That one is going to fall in, and having trouble, Jaramillo picking it up, and that will cash a run in as Honey Morales has her second RBI single of the night. Dumps that one into right field out of the reach of Jaramillo, Lucero, and Patino all giving chase. Sanchez will score. Tavera tags and moves to second. And so Lovington finally gets their second run on the board. Yes, that'll bring Zabri Rodriguez to the plate, still with 2 on, 2 out. But Lovington finally getting another run in the books. They lead 2-0 now. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, this is a team that can do damage with 2 outs. They've done it all season long, and the first pitch to Z is going to be at the letters outside corner, strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Open stance for Rodriguez. And the 0-1 pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air and out of play to the right side. And now Zabri going to have to go into plate protection mode, down no balls, 2 strikes. Lovington has stranded 5 runners through the first 3 2/3. Don't want to leave that many on the base paths. And the 0-2 pitch outside. Trying to get Zabri to chase on a little breaking ball. Zabri seeing that one even started out of the zone and wisely holding up. And she'll step back in now with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. As Edagon kicks and fires, the off-speed pitch is going to miss, ball 2. That one was in the neighborhood, but Zabri's on top of it with a pretty good eye. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Great crowd on hand here tonight. Lady Wildcat field, and the 2-2 pitch swung on. That one is lifted out to right field, and on the run, Ornelas gets to it and makes the grab for out number 3, but Lovington Frankenstein's a run across. We head to the 5th inning as the Lovington Lady Cats take the lead in this one 2-0. Lady Cat softball continues in a moment. And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Softball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Lovington gets 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 stranded. We head to the top of the 5th inning. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for Roswell High. That is Sanchez, Patino, and Aragon. Sanchez will step in 0 for 1. Was a strikeout victim her last time up. Udahata still in the ring, and she'll fire. First pitch on the inside corner, swinging and getting a piece of it on the handle. That couldn't have felt good. It'll be strike 1 to Sanchez. After tonight for Lovington, of course, it'll be district time. Tuesday, Portales comes to town for a doubleheader on Thursday against Artesian. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Got her looking in, went out with the good fastball, and is ahead in the count now, 0-2. So the 0-2 count. Sometimes Udahata will start nibbling a little bit when she gets up 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch, she doesn't nibble that time, and oh, how did that miss? Wow. Okay, ball 1. No nibbling on that one, but the ump didn't see it that way. Oh, it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Looked pretty good from up here, but and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is popped up over on the left side. That one will be off the roof of the Roswell dugout. And we'll reset it 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the 1-2 count, top of the 5th inning. Lovington leading this one 2-0. Just got a feeling both teams are kind of stuck in neutral a little bit. The 1-2 pitch swung on. That'll be a slow roller as Ochoa handles it, fires it across the diamond to Olguin. Plenty of time. 5-3 for out number 1. So 1 down now as that'll bring Medea Patino to the plate. The Lady Coyotes center fielder. Patino, a strikeout victim her last time up, will step in with nobody on and 1 out. After her, they'll turn it back over to Edita Aragon in the first pitch to Patino, and that one is going to miss for ball 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Outfield playing deep. Tavetta over towards the line and right. Garcia towards the line and left. Huge holes up the alleys. And the 1-0 pitch fastball. That one going to miss on the inside corner. Ball 2. You do not want to nibble against the number 9 hitter usually. Just come right at him. Usually the best advice. With 2-ball, no strike count, and the pitch swung on and missed. Yep, comes right at her and gets her to come up empty. So now 2-1 the count, 1 down. We are in the top of the 5th inning. Lovington up 2-0. But Roswell High trying to scratch and claw their way back in. The 2-1 is inside, ball 3. I think that one slipped just a little bit. So that'll run the count to 3-1 to Medea Patino, who settles back in towards the back of the box and towards the plate. And the 3-1 pitch, and missed on that one. Outside, pretty good pitch once again. That'll be the second walk issued by Utahara. And that'll turn things back over to the top of the order. Edagon will step in. She's 0 for 1, flew out in the first, then walked and got stranded in the third. But now the pitcher with a chance to help her own cause with, she represents the potential tying run at the plate. Not sure why Utahara would nibble against Patino like that, but okay, and she'll fire that fastball in the inside corner, strike one. So a no ball, 1 strike count. To the leadoff hitter, Edagon, 1 on, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning. 2-0 Lovington in the lead, but Roswell trying to mount something. 0-1 pitch swung on. That'll be a slow roller. Ochoa handles it, goes to second. Is it in time? And did they get her? No, they did not. And so Patino will be safe as Edagon will reach on a fielder's choice, but runners safe everywhere. That one just not quite hard enough for Ochoa to make the transfer quickly enough to get the speedy Patino. Better play there might have been to have gone across the diamond, but no use second guessing it. As now Lucero will step in, and the first pitch to Lucero is going to miss on the outside for ball 1. So you've got Edagon at first, you've got Patino at second, and the makings of a rally brewing for Roswell High here in the top of the 5th. Lovington up 2-0, but just 1 out and 2 on. Lucero at the plate. Next pitch, that one going to miss for ball number 2. Lucero 1 for 2, struck out her last time up, but singled to left back in the first. And now it's a 2-0 count. As Utahara trying to find the strike zone as Quiroga flashes the signs, and the 2-0 pitch inside corner. That one's in there. Very called strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Daff pops the ball back into the glove. It's back in the circle and delivers the 2-1 pitch. And that inside fastball at the knees, inside corner. Yes, ma'am. Evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now she's got Lucero looking in a little bit. Maybe time to throw that outside changeup here. Last 2 have been inside and fast. In the 2-2 pitch, she'll come inside, same pitch, and that one looked better than the one before, so maybe that's a give-back pitch for ball 3. So it'll run the count full to the number 2 hitter, Lauren Lucero. Alana Tureen waits on deck. And the payoff pitch inside, ball 4. And so 2 walks this inning have loaded the bases full of Lady Coyotes. Patino to third, Edagon to second, and now Lucero at first. And now Alina Tarin to the plate. She's 0 for 2. Lined out to third, then grounded out to third. Force at any base, but just 1 out. And now Roswell getting things moving, trying to keep the line moving, and Tarin will do just that. Corner infielders are in. Matter of fact, all the infielders are in. Going to try and cut off the run. The problem with that is it's got to be not the hardest hit ball, or it's going to scoot by you in a hurry. That'll be strike 1 at the plate. And the pitch outside corner to the lefty hitting first baseman, missing. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Nowhere to put them, as the Lady Coyotes have got the bases full. And the 1-1 pitch, that one will run inside and miss for ball number 2. Hump is not giving them the corners. That is for sure. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Lucero at first, Edagon at second, Patino at third, and the 2-1 pitch to Lucero. It'll be a slow roller, and they're going to try and cut the runner off at home, and they will. Nice job by Morales. Comes up firing and will cut off Patino 4-2 for out number 2. Whew. That'll move everybody along, though, as Edagon now at third. Lucero goes to second, and Tarin stands at first after the fielder's choice. So now it'll be Bella Ornelas to the plate. She's 1 for 2. Had a swinging bunt her last time up and got left stranded. She's 1 for 2. Base is still loaded, but 2 outs now as the fastball on the inside corner will be called strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count, 2 outs. Don't have to worry so much about the runners now. As Rodriguez and Morales play back in the infield. Corner still looking for a little shot inside, and that'll be a little line shot over the head of a leaping Holguin who touched it. That'll score 1, that'll score 2, and we are tied. Holguin lets that one go, and it's a foul ball. And instead, it'll wind up being a 2 RBI single. And I think that's exactly what Coach is going to argue, and they're going to say, nope, she was not, and touched it in. So it'll be a 2 RBI single, and we are tied. That'll cash in Edagon. It'll cash in Lucero. Terrin will go all the way to third, and we are tied at 2 apiece here in Lovington. You play with fire, you get burned, and they just got burned. And that'll be ball 1 to Lady Terrin. 1 ball, no strike count. Roswell's cashed in 2. And have tied this one up here in the 5th inning. They've gotten just enough. And the next pitch, fastball at the letters inside corner. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lady Coyotes at the corners. Terrin at first, or rather Ornelas at first, Terrin at third. Udahata delivers, and the pitch swung on, and that one will be rolled foul. Almost a good play by Coach Marujo over there. Strike 2 at the plate to Lady Terrin, the third baseman. She gets some words of encouragement from Emily Marquez, waiting on deck. Udahata and the rest of the Lady Cats would prefer not to see Marquez until the 6th inning. And the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one's out of play over our heads. And the count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Lady Cats in a bit of a jam here, trying to get out of it with no more damage done. Runner at third for Roswell, and swung on and missed. Gets away from the catcher, and then it's thrown away. But it shouldn't matter because there was a runner on first. And or they're going to say it was a foul ball. Yep, they're going to say foul ball. Okay. I wasn't quite sure what was going on there. I thought she'd missed it. And Quiroga had just dropped it. Nobody was ready for it. But the ump bails us out on that one and says foul ball. So we'll reset at 1 and 2. Everybody heads back where they were. Ornelas at first, Terrin at third. Pop up, and that one is off of the windows of the press box. I should have brought my glove tonight. I really should have. And it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. So going to try and find a way to get the number 5 hitter out. Roswell's put 2 across this inning and has tied this ball game up. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Got her that time. Ring her up and sit her down. 8th K of the ball game for Utahata, but the damage is done as Roswell cashes in a couple as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, all tied at 2. This is Lady Cat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Roswell High, they get 2 runs on just 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left stranded. But for the Lady Coyote fans, they're more concerned that they have tied this one up. Walks and a little bit of questioning on your field awareness, where you're at exactly on the field, can sometimes lead to runs, and that's exactly what happened in that inning. But got to put it behind you and go. So you got 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Lovington Lady Cats. It'll be Ellis, Holguin, and Ochoa due up 4, 5, and 6 for Lovington. Now we are tied at 2. Lovington just seems to kind of be stuck in neutral on the offensive side of things. Have not played poorly defensively, but have had trouble getting the sticks going. Ellis 1 for 2, flew out her last time up, singled, and was left stranded back in the first. So she is 1 for 2, and she'll take the first pitch out into shallow left field as the left fielder, Lucero, almost overruns it, but he's tall enough and has long enough arms. She can just put the arms up and grab it, so it'll be a fly out to left field, and 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th inning. So 1 down now is Jocelyn Olguin to the plate. Olguin 0 for 1, had a sacrifice flyer last time up. Moved a runner to third, who then got stranded. And the first pitch to Olguin is on the outside corner for ball number 1. Popped out to right. Back in the first, then the sacrifice fly to right. In the third. She's taking her time. Is Aragon still in the ring and pitching? All in all, a very good game, and the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that'll be a hard shot. Going to find its way through between third and short. Lucero gets to it and will bring it back in, but Olguin will shoot that one through on the ground, and we'll have the 1-out single. That'll bring Johanna Ochoa to the plate. Ochoa 0 for 2. Fielder's choice in the first, grounded out to Tarin in the third. So now Ochoa will step in. Is Lovington going to try and get the sticks moving finally? They're being stuck in neutral for basically 2 games. And the first pitch to Ochoa takes a mighty cut but comes up empty. And she was thinking the full fastball. Aragon threw a fastball, but not quite as fast as Ochoa thought it was going to be. And comes up empty. So the 0-1 count. Olguin stands at first. Outfield deep. And the pitch outside evens things up at a ball and a strike. Ornella's playing deep and shading slightly towards the line and right. Lucero playing pretty much straight up and left, and Patino is playing straight up in center, and the pitch swung on. That'll be a pop-up over on the right side on the run, and making the grab is Horton behind first base on the run, so it'll be a pop-out to the second baseman, and there is 2 down for the Lady Cats here in this bottom of the 5th inning. So now it'll be Sabri Sanchez to the plate. Sabri 1 for 2, lined out in the first, then had a single and scored in the 4th. So Sabri going to step in as Coach McCraw comes over, wants to have a word with her. And do we have a courtesy runner actually going in over at first for Jocelyn? Yes, we will. That's going to be Paisha Gonzalez going in to run. Olguin with good speed, but Paisha's maybe just a little bit better. So look for aggression on the base paths. Let me make myself a note here. That is Gonzalez running in place of Olguin. Of course, unlimited substitutions in softball. I have a feeling Johnson will be right back out there. Is now Saber going to step out and say, yeah, we're taking a little too much time here. So now she'll reset. Aragon ready. Marquez in her crouch in the first pitch. She'll take that one out to deep right center field, and coming over and coming in is Patino and making the grab. So Sanchez gives it a ride but comes up empty to center. The Lady Cats get a runner on but can't move her around. We head to the 6th inning. All tied at 2 apiece. This is Lady Cats softball. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Lovington no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 5 complete innings of play, your line score for Roswell High, they've got 2 runs on 4 hits. They've committed an error, and they have stranded 6. For Lovington, they've got 2 runs on 7 hits. They've committed no errors, but they have stranded 8. Just no timely hitting tonight for the Lady Cats. Due up for Roswell High, it'll be 6, 7, and 8. It'll be Emily Marquez, followed by Aubrey Jaramillo, then Ariel Sanchez. Marquez 0 for 1 at a sacrifice in the second and struck out in the fourth. Daphne Udahata still in the ring. Kidoga still behind the plate, sets up inside, and Daph's first pitch swung on, and that one will be popped up and into the Roswell dugout for strike number 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count, top of the 6th, all tied at 2. Roswell getting both of their runs in the 5th inning. Did it with a couple of walks and timely hitting. And the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed, as chasing that one is Marquez on the outside. This ump has not called that all day, so I'm surprised they are still swinging at anything out there. But you'll take it if you are one of the Lovington faithful. And the 0-2 pitch, Udahata comes in, and that one's high for ball number 1. Trying to get her to chase there on the rising fastball. Marquez doesn't bite. Daff ready to go, a quick worker, and the 1-2 pitch. Got her that time with the changeup. Ring her up and sit her down. 9th K of the ball game for Udahata. And there is 1 down here in this 6th inning. So now Aubrey Jaramillo to the plate. Jaramillo 0 for 2 has struck out both her times at the plate tonight. Still 1 down. Lovington would love nothing more than to get their first clean inning of the ball game here. And the first pitch to Jaramillo is going to be high for ball number 1. And Roswell High has had at least 1 base runner in every single inning tonight. And have stranded 6 of them. Problem is 2 of them came across to tie it. 1-0 the count. Udahata deals. Fastball inside corner. Looked pretty good to me, but not to the ump, so that'll be ball 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. I guess it just missed as a long look into the dugout for Udahata and Kidoga. 2-0 pitch on the way, fastball. That one on the outside corner, strike number 1. That's probably the second time he's called that pitch tonight. Udahata, Kidoga, your battery. Olguin, Morales, Rodriguez, Ochoa around the infield, 1st to 3rd. 2-1 pitch on the way, and that one's going to be high for ball number 3. Again, you do not want to lose the bottom of the order. Garcia, Alice, Tavera still in the outfield. So now a 3-1 count as Jaramillo is going to be looking for something she can handle here. You don't want to lose her. That's what cost you the runs last time, was the walks. And the pitch swung on and missed. And that will run the count full to Jaramillo. Good pitch there from Udahata. Ran it up there and said, if you can hit it, you can have it. And she couldn't hit it. So Udahata back in, Kidoga down in the crouch, and the payoff pitch swung on and missed. Ring her up and sit her down. Back-to-back strikeouts, 10th K of the ball game. And so that will put 2 down here. And interesting as you look at numbers, and I'm a numbers guy most of the time. First 5 strikeouts of the night were all looking for Udahata. The last 5 have all been swinging. Go figure. So now to be Ariel Sanchez to the plate, 0 for 2. Grounded out her last time up, and she'll look at the first one outside on the fastball. And it's a 1-ball, no strike count. So the 1-0 count. Tavetta over towards the line and right. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that'll be a little pop-up right to Udahata. Handles it on the run on the first base side of the rubber. So the pop out, and Lovington will have their first clean inning of the ball game. 1-2-3 go the Lady Coyotes. After 5.5 innings of play, we're all tied at 2. Lovington Lady Cat softball continues in a moment. Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Roswell High goes 1-2-3 in the top half of the 6th inning. So we head to the bottom of the 6th, all tied at 2 apiece. And so Malaya Castro going to step in, and she will go in to pinch hit in place of Bailey Garcia. Castro with some pop in the bat, coming off the bench to pinch hit after Garcia goes 0 for 2. So Coach McCraw looking for a little spark as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, all knotted at 2 apiece. First pitch to Castro is going to be up and away for ball number 1. It's a 1-ball, no strike count to Malaya, seeing her first action of the evening. But we'll see some outfield changes too in the 7th. And the pitch to Malaya, that one is going to be outside for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Castro out momentarily, now back in. As Edegon still in the circle, taking her time, ready to go, and the 2-0 pitch, that one is away for ball number 3. Pitching Malaya very carefully here. It looks like we've got a pinch hitter waiting to come in, as that one will be at the knees. Malaya had the take sign on there. Pretty good pitch, though. Looks like Yaya Garcia waits on deck for the Lady Cats. Then with 3-1 count, and the pitch to Castro swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air out towards right field, and it is going to fall foul before Ornelas can get to it. She's had a whale of a game and a busy one out in right field. That'll run the count full. Let me do a quick look. She's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's had 5 putouts out there, so you don't often see a right fielder that busy, but Ornelas has been busy tonight and has paid off. And the payoff pitch to Castro swung on, and Malaya will live to see another pitch as she fouls that one back into the screen. So we will reset for 3-2. So the 3-ball, 2-strike count. Castro at the plate, Edegon ready, and the pitch swung on, and that'll be a roller, going to find its way almost through, and just having to flip it is Jaramillo to Horton. Not sure what she was thinking there, but she knocked it down, so it'll wind up being an infield single for Malaya Castro. And so now it'll bring Yaya Garcia to the plate. Yaya coming off the bench. So she'll have her first opportunity. She'll hit in place of Tavera. Tavera, who went 1 for 2 and reached both times. But Coach McCraw trying to shake things up a little bit with this one, knotted up at 2 apiece. So Yaya will step in. Malaya with good speed at first. And the first pitch will be outside for ball number 1. A 1-ball, no strike count. Interesting note, Lovington, most of their hits have been on the ground. If they put them on the ground, they've been getting on base. They put them in the air, it's been outs. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one will be high for ball number 2. It's Dexter on Tuesday night in that second game. They hit that pitcher pretty hard, but they just hit him right where everybody was standing. They're trying to start moving things along here, and Edegon will deliver the 2-0, and that one will be high for ball number 3. So with 3-0 count, I have a feeling Yaya does not have the take sign on 3-0 if something gets grooved to her. Marquez set up towards the inside portion of the plate. Edegon ready, and the 3-0 pitch, and that one will be on the inside corner. And, well, I lied to you. The take sign was on all the way. Runner at first is Castro at the infield leadoff single. Lovington is stranded 8 tonight. And the 3-1 pitch, Yaya takes that one, and that one on the run, and laying out and leaning over the bag at second is Jaramillo, who grabs it. I thought that one was going to fall in. It did not. Malaya has to scamper back to first to keep from getting doubled up, so it'll be a pop out to the shortstop for out number 1. So turn it back over to the top of the lineup. Anai Quiroga flew out to Lucero and left her last time up. She's 1 for 3, reached on an error in the first, singled in the second, then flew out. She'll show bunt, and she'll put it down the first baseline. It is a beautiful one, and we are going to have interference on the first baseman as Tarin runs in and bumps into Quiroga. So runner interference, and that will be safe at first on the bunt. As here comes the Roswell coach. That's Maruo. She wants to argue about it. Hey, on the first baseline, it'll be the bunt single. So that'll put Castro at second. And Quiroga will reach on the single and then interference. Coach Maruo shakes her head and heads back to the dugout. So now Lovington trying to get something going as Morales will step in. RBI single her last time up. She is 2 for 3, a single, a double, couple RBIs. She's responsible for both of Lovington's runs on the board. First pitch to Honey. She'll show bunt, and that one will go foul over on the left side down the third baseline. And it'll be strike number 1. 2 on, 1 down. Lovington trying to play a little small ball, get things moving. Waiting on deck is Zabri Rodriguez. Coach McCraw going to come over, have a quick word with Morales while we have a moment. Big thanks to all of our great sponsors who make Lovington Lady Cat Athletics, Wildcat Sports 2 possible. Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. TJ Miracle, Don Morgan on assignment tonight. We have had a good one here at Lady Cat Field, and the 0-1 pitch and another bunt attempt, and that one will be fouled. You got to point that one and kind of angle it, pick the elbows up, and make sure you're driving and directing the ball. As Honey fouls that one off for strike 2. So now an 0-2 count. She's going to have to swing away. So 2 on, 1 out. All knotted up at 2 apiece. Lovington would like to get a run or 3 on the board as Honey will take that one and pop it up over on the right side into foul ground as Tarin will run over and make the grab on that one as Morales pops it up for out number 2. So 2 down now as that'll bring Zabri Rodriguez to the plate. Zabri 1 for 2, walked and was left stranded in the first, doubled, was left stranded in the third, and then flew out to Ornelas, who made a nice catch on the run back in the fourth. So she steps in 2 on, 2 out, and all tied up at 2 apiece. First pitch from Edagon, that one will be outside for ball number 1. Zabri with some pop. I can't imagine they're going to give her too much she can handle. Just put it in play. If you get something you can. Don't swing for the fences. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that'll be a line shot out into left field, and that one will drop in front of the Battle Energy sign. That'll score 1. That'll score 2. I hope is on the horse. Is Quiroga the plate? The plate not going to be in time. And Anaya will score all the way from first. Castro scores. Quiroga scores. Zabri Rodriguez with the 2 RBI double out to the wall in left. And the Lady Cats have broken open the tie as finally some timely hitting coming in the form and from senior Zabri Rodriguez. Now Zimri Ellis, who is 1 for 3, steps in. Lovington would like to get another one on the board, and Zimri will take the first one and shoot it back to the screen foul for strike number 1. So an 0 ball, 1 strike count. Ellis out, looks at the barrel of the bat, now steps back in. Rodriguez stands at second after the 2 RBI double, and the pitch swung on. That'll be a slow roller. Handled by Tarin, Tarin to Tarin. So 5-3 for out number 3, but the Lady Cats put 2 across as we head to the 7th inning. Do or die time for Roswell High. It's Lovington 4, Roswell 2. Lady Cats softball continues in a moment. The Lady Cats cash in two runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Zabri Rodriguez is the hero if this score holds. She has the 2 RBI double, but it got sparked by Malaya Castro in an infield single, followed up by Anahi Kadoga with a single and reached via interference, and that set the table for Rodriguez to punch that one to deep left field at the Battle Energy sign, one of our great sponsors too. I'm TJ Miracle as the throw down to second. It is up to Patino, Aragon, and Lucero, 9-1 and 2 for the Lady Coyotes. For Patino, she is 0 for 1, walked her last time up, but struck out back in the third. So Medea Patino will step in 9-1 and 2 as Rodriguez has a quick word with Utahada, still in the ring looking for the complete game. Daphne has pitched pretty well, only giving up a couple runs. Patino shows bunt, flashes it back. The way she kind of waved that one, almost like she swung at it. But the ump doesn't see it that way. It'll be ball 1. It'll be a 1-ball, no strike count. It's Coach Marujo now going to try and get somebody on base. She'll show bunt, lay it down on the first baseline. Getting to it is Olguin. Fires it over to Morales in time. 3-4 as Honey, not a first baseman, but stretched out like she was. As Olguin, very aware that an interference call helped Lovington take the lead and went around her and then tossed it to the second base side of the bag. Fortunately, Morales was set up there, so it'll be 3-4 for out number 1. That'll turn it back over to the top of the lineup and Aragon. And the first pitch to Aragon is just off the zone for ball 1. Aragon reached on a fielder's choice and scored last inning. She is 0 for 2. Pitcher on pitcher duel and the pitch, and that one is going to just miss away for ball number 2. Lovington clinging to a 4-2 lead against a tough Roswell High team, 4-7. Doesn't sound like a very good record, but they've played a very tough one here, and the 2-0 pitch swung on, and that one will be foul down the first baseline. It's kind of an excuse me foul, but that's about the hardest thing they've hit off Daphne in quite a while. Well, that'll make it a 2-ball, 1 strike count. There is 1 down. Top of the 7th. Roswell High needs 2 runs if we want to see a bottom of the 7th. Lovington wants another clean inning. Had their first one an inning ago, and the 2-1 pitch, and that one, just low. Ball 3. So a 3-ball, 1 strike count. Tejada sweeps up the dirt and looks into the dugout. There's the coaches here for Lovington calling the pitches. Utahada Kadoga checking on the wristbands, and the 3-1 pitch swung on, and that one will find its way through between first and second. Tejada going to come up with it and get it back in, but it'll be a 1-out single to right for Aragon. Credit where credit is due. She took what she got, and she hit that one very well. So now Lauren Lucetto to the plate. Lucetto walked and scored in the 5th. She is 1 for 2. Singled in the first, struck out in the third, and then walked and scored, as we mentioned, in the 5th. So 1 on, 1 out. Now Roswell trying to put the pressure on, and the fastball will be away. That will be ball 1 to Lucero. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Trust your defense. And trust your pitches. It has been a struggle tonight for Utahada. Hasn't been as in command of the zone as she often is. That's an in-the-zone strike on the inside corner. Normally when she commands that outside corner, she is almost untouchable, but this ump is not giving it to her tonight. And the 1-1 pitch inside swung on and fouls that one off, as I think fouled it off the arm of Quiroga. That didn't feel good. Strike 2. You got to be tough if you're a catcher. I don't care if it's baseball, softball, cricket. You're going to get beat up and banged up, to be sure. That's why I never could do it. My brother was a catcher. I always said he has a screw loose, and most of the great catchers I know do have a little bit of that, and swung on, and not saying that Kid Hoga does, but It takes a different personality to be a catcher and to be a good one. No on the foul. This stays a 1-ball, 2-strike count. So runner at first with the 1-out single is Aragon. Lucetto at the plate. Swung on right back to the pitcher. Otahada, nice move, comes up with it, fires it over to Olguin at first. That was the right play. 1-3 for out number 2. They flip it quickly to second to try and see if they can get Aragon sleeping. They do not. It will advance the runner, but now there's 2 down. And it'll bring the number 3 hitter, Alana Tareen, to the plate. Tareen 0 for 3. Lined out in the first. Grounded out in the third, and then reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. And the first pitch to Tareen will be off the outside corner. That'll be ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no-strike count. Tareen, the last hope tonight for Roswell High, who have played much better than their record would indicate. They've had a lot of very close games, though. And the 1-0 pitch, that one will be away to Tareen for ball number 2. I'm not sure you want to face Bella Ornelas. She had the 2 RBI singles. She's 2 for 3. And the cleanup hitter waits on deck. So it's a 2-ball, no-strike count to the lefty hitting first baseman. Udahata kicks, fires, deals. That one's a bouncer. Up with it and over from Ochoa to Olguin. Goes down to the knee, stretches out, gets it. 5-3 for out number 3. Roswell High threatens, but comes up empty. They will have no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 1 stranded. So Lovington, with the victory, will improve to 12-5 on the season. They'll drop Roswell to 4-8. Our final line score in this ball game for the Lovington Lady Cats. They finish up with 4 runs on 10 hits, no errors, and they leave 9 runners on base. Ouch. For Roswell High, they get 2 runs on 5 hits. They have 1 error, and they leave 7 on the base paths. Taking the win, the complete game for Daphne Utahada. She goes 7 innings, gives up 2 runs, both of them earned, has 10 strikeouts to go along with 3 walks. Taking the loss for Roswell was Aragon. She goes the entire way too, 6 innings pitched with 4 runs, all of those earned, and 2 strikeouts and 2 walks for Aragon. Next up, for the visiting Roswell High Lady Coyotes, they'll be in Artesia tomorrow, taking on the Lady Bulldogs in a doubleheader. And then they will start district on Tuesday back here in Lee County against the Hobbs Lady Eagles. Next up for your Lovington Lady Cats, they'll take the rest of the weekend off, and then they'll start district right back here at Lady Cats Field on Tuesday against Portales. Of course, we'll have that game for you right here Tuesday, Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one. It was not easy, but you'll take the W however you can get it, as the Lovington Lady Cats victorious by a final of 4-2. For Evie Stuber, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square for Don Morgan on assignment tonight, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long and thanks for watching. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody.